seen anybody tell Sheila no. You can't. I want to welcome you to another episode of the Warzone and tell you thank you for taking time out because without you guys, I would not have a show. People been calling me, asking me if I'm okay. Man, I'm good, bro. I'm 100%, 1,000% good. I'm feeling lovely today. I got work to do and ain't gonna stop it. Gonna keep grinding. Gonna keep exposing. Gonna keep doing me. So just sit back, get your popcorn ready to be on in a minute. But tonight I come to you because there's an injustice that's being done. It takes me time to investigate. It takes me time to have my people to do what they need to do. But I tell you this, by the time I come to you, I got all my ducks in a row, and everything that I present to you is 100% factual. I don't do no guessing. I don't do third-party information, but I bring to you the facts. And tonight I'm going to bring to you the facts of a conspiracy to destroy Bellaire High School. I'm going to tell you why I say that. Because Bellaire High School has been around for many, many moons. Many, many moons. A lot of people have called the city of Bellaire a racist institution. And it is what it is. Your perception is your reality. If you've experienced any type of racism in Bellaire, it's probably no different than Mayberry, USA. But I will tell you this. What has gone on this school year in the Houston Independent School District with Bellaire High School is a travesty. Careers have been destroyed. Well, it was not this year, last year, and it's affecting this year. Careers have been destroyed. Graduations have been messed up. There have been protests and walkouts in regards to the beloved principal of Bellaire High School, Michael McDonald. And the thing about it is, on top of that, there was also collateral damage. And that collateral damage was the baseball coach, Nick Ozuna. Now, when I first heard the story about how Bellaire was playing Westbury, and they allowed the Bellaire children on the baseball team to make monkey noises and disrespect the kids. It was almost a damn riot out there after the game. I fell for the okie doke too. Before I did my research, I fell for the okie doke. And then some told me months and months and months later, go back into that situation, analyze it just like you do anything else. And if you don't find anything different than the narrative that's been spent, then you leave it alone. But if you find out there's been an injustice to anybody at Bellaire High School, no matter what their ethnicity is, then it's your job and duty, 5-star, to expose it and try to help the situation. When I'm dealing with these types of situations, I treat them like cancer. One, I diagnose it. Then I treat it. No, I diagnose it. And then I expose it. And then I treat it. So now we're in the treatment phase of it. Oh, man, it's crazy when I think about what I've figured out. But it doesn't surprise me with the Houston Independent School District. They're in the business of destroying people's careers that will not line up with what they're doing. First, we're going to start off with the beloved principal of Bellaire High School, and that's what I still call him, even though he retired, Mr. Michael McDonald. I've never had an issue with Michael McDonald, and I've had plenty of issues with principals all over the district and all over surrounding districts. But I've never had an issue with Michael McDonald. It seems like the kids loved him, the community loved him, and at one time, HISD loved him. That all changed. It changed last year the last school year, when Michael McDonald pushed back on the strategic plan of the current superintendent, Millard House. At that point, everything went to holy hell. I want to share a screen with you. Let's go in. Okay. I want to share a screen with you. Let's make sure that you can see it. Okay, so you can see it. I want to make it just a little bit bigger. Let's see if we can. Okay. So I think now you should be able, hold on a second, because I didn't ask for that. Okay, there we go. All right, so that way you can see what I see. Now I want you to pay close attention to the stuff that I'm about to show you, because the title of this video is "There's a Conspiracy to Destroy Bellaire High School." Now, those that don't know the history of Stafford High School, Stafford Independent School District, or whatever they're called out in Stafford, Texas. Stafford used to be a part of Fort Benning ISD. And at one point, Stafford got tired of the back and forth and all the stuff that was going on, and they broke away. And they started their own school district, which is one of the best ran school districts in the state of Texas. One of the highest paying school districts. They take care of their people. You don't really hear people from Stafford ISD or whatever it's called complaining about anything. The city of Stafford stands on their own just as well as their school district stands on its own. Stafford Municipal School District. Okay, Stafford is just great. I know that. Kids that I've raised have gone to that school district. Never an issue. Top notch. That's all I can say. But they broke away and they did their own thing. So for many, many years, there's been rumblings in the Houston Independent School District that Bellaire wanted to break away from the Houston Independent School District and do their own school district. They're in their own city. Well, HISD cannot afford to lose Bellaire High School or the schools that are in Bellaire, Texas, because it would represent the loss of a lot of money. They don't care about the children. They just care about the money. So anytime that they can stick it to Bellaire, they're going to stick it to them. So how do you destroy a school like Bellaire High School? What do you have to do? You destroy it from the inside out. That's how you do it. Not from the outside going in. You destroy it inside out. So the first order of business, you have to make the school unstable. And therefore, let's get the principal out. Michael McDonald, let's get him out. And then once they can get him out, they can do what they want to do. So I'm making this as big as I can make it. I want to read you a story from, I forgot the name of this newspaper. Yeah, Three Penny Press. So let's look at this. Michael McDonald addresses current and former students, parents, friends, and teachers at his retirement celebration. On February 2nd last year, Michael McDonald spoke about his career highlights and passion for education. All right? I want you to rock with me. Just stay with me. Watch how funky this get. Michael McDonald's side of the story, a look into the former principal's removal from Bellaire. We sat down with Michael McDonald the day after he retired in his first official interview since his reassignment in May 2022. He shared candid details about the 160 days leading up to the end of his 30-year career with HISD. HISD's longest-standing veteran principal had not expected visitors on one of the most hectic May days with STAR, AP, and IB exams all happening simultaneously, especially not visitors who would remove him from the school that he had served for almost a decade. That morning, McDonald's supervisors informed him that he had to leave the Bellaire campus for an undetermined amount of time. He had no idea what was happening. District administrators, let's make sure. District administrators handling his case gave the principal ambiguous reasons for his removal, most of which had already been announced publicly. A policy had been broken under his leadership and the matter would be investigated. He says, I'm not going to get into specifics of it because I don't want to unintentionally imply that the matter has to do with employees, kids, or anything. McDonald was promptly assigned to an HISD office near the George Bush Intercontinental Airport, nearly an hour away from Bellaire, where he was required to check in every day. It was hard, McDonald said. I don't know why it had to be that way. I wish someone had checked in with me, even just every few weeks. The transition from one of the largest high schools in the district to a quiet HISD office left McDonald lonely. I was surprised. I had not been given the courtesy of being told this is what we're looking into. Instead, all I was told was we think something may have happened. Nothing. They didn't say something happened. Something may have happened. None of the problems had been addressed with me at all beforehand. Later that month, over 2,000 students participated in a walkout. Hold on a second. Hold on. Participated in a walkout. Okay. In reaction to HISD's lack of transparency surrounding his removal, the walkout was mind-blowing. McDonald said, just the idea that anybody wanted to do something like that for me was so heartwarming. I honestly would have loved to be there, but my dad, my wife, and my sister were all there for me. It was incredible. When the investigation team interviewed McDonald in late July, 2 months after his removal, it was the first time he was afforded an indication of what the investigation was about. There were two things being investigated. One was a policy. One was a policy that was easily correctable if they had just told us beforehand. I don't know why they needed to take 5 months to investigate. The other issue was a disagreement about some day-to-day policies unique to Bellaire. I don't agree with their assessment. I think if they spoke with the kids about how they feel, how do they feel safe? Do they feel respected? Those kinds of things, I think they would have reached a different conclusion. McDonald said a majority of the rumors circulating his investigation were untrue and that neither the bullying investigation in early April nor the baseball inquiry in March played any role in his removal. Before McDonald's reassignment in May, there was also controversy surrounding the superintendent's new budget proposal. What did I tell y'all? Under the new budget, Bellaire would have lost about 30 adults on campus, and before the budget was released, I had gone through all my channels and given feedback that we needed to tweak the budget, but obviously it didn't have a big enough impact. Once the budget was made public, McDonald sent out a school-wide email detailing what it would mean for Bellaire, including an overall cut of just under 1.4 million. I don't think sending that email was loved by people outside of the building or up at the district level. It was not my intent to have that be an embarrassment or a distraction. It was a response to a decision they made, and it was consistent with what I think was important for our community to know. I don't regret it. However, the budget was not part of any investigation conversation either. McDonald clarified the investigation did not pertain to embezzlement, drugs, physical or sexual abuse. I wasn't a threat to anyone. I think the investigation could have continued even with me on campus, but sometimes happens with HISD employees. Although McDonald said he understands that the district had to keep much of the information surrounding the investigation under wraps, he said one of the biggest ways HISD could have been more transparent was to be considerate of the time it took to arrive at the conclusion. It seemed like they took lots of time off in between interviews. And they hired an outside firm to do the investigation, which is not typical of HISD. Usually investigations are handled internally. But if you're dealing with people who don't work in the district, it can take a lot longer, I would imagine, and cost a lot more. In October, 5 months after McDonald was removed, HISD officially told him he wouldn't be going back to Bellaire. According to the high school board meeting minutes, the board approved the resignation and full final release agreement with Michael McDonald on October 13th. The HISD communication office did not provide a comment at the time of this publication. I didn't even care if they were offering me another job. All I heard was that I wasn't going back to Bellaire, so nothing else really mattered. At this point, McDonald was already eligible for retirement benefits and decided it was best for the management of the school if he stepped down. In the second act of Hamilton, there's a song, One Last Time, and it's about George Washington and stepping down from presidency. As I heard that song more and more, I thought about how courageous he was by deciding that I'm going to step away so the country can learn to keep going. And I'm not equating myself to George Washington at all. But there was also a part of me by the time we reached October, realized Bellaire needs a new principal so work can continue and people can begin to have closure. McDonald said he doesn't want to jump right back into a full-time position. So for now, he will be doing some consulting work for the University of Houston in their education department. Leading a school for 10 years takes a toll fatigue-wise. So I've definitely been relaxing a little. With the time off, McDonough has reminisced on his initiatives during his time at Bellaire. The thing I miss most of it is Cardinal Kickoff. In 2013, we started. It was called something like a prospective student open house or some other weird, weak name, McDonough said. The whole idea for me was going to open our doors and show you everything we're proud of. I'm really jealous because 2023 was the first year it was on campus in the new building. He is especially pleased with how the school and community handled the COVID-19 schedule. We tried to do something different because expecting students to sit and stare at a screen for an hour and a half is just not good. So we made a creative schedule. And even though it wasn't perfect, I'm happy we did it. His biggest project, though, was the new building. I started at Bellaire in 2012, the same year as the bond election. So there's not a day that the bond wasn't part of what I did every day. I had to talk about it for a few months, then it got passed, and then then was the actual construction. Although he worked on it for 10 years, McDonald still hasn't seen the completed building. I would love to see Greece. Technically, I could have gone if I wanted to, but I'm honestly scared. I just don't want to make a scene. I've never been nervous about being in front of the Bellaire community. I can stand up at a Cardinal camp. I can stand up and talk in front of 7,000 people at graduation, but it's just different at this point. I took for granted seeing students every day and then being put into isolation for so long. It's hard and weird. I'm coming out the other side now, but it can still be hard. McDonough said some of his favorite memories were homecoming week, prom, and going to club meetings. It would be one of those days where the Desert Club is meeting, for example, and I would hit like 5 or 6 different clubs each for a few minutes. Those days are always highlights. The thing I love about Cardinal Hour was it can be whatever the kid needs that day. Maybe they're running into tutorials, maybe they're going to 3 club meetings, or maybe it's a day when you're just sitting with friends trying to catch your breath. McDonald said Cardinal Hour was special to him because it was unique to Bellaire. Seeing kids find their place and start to connect with people was my favorite. Honestly, anytime I go, I got to be around kids. Those were my best memories. So, oh shoot, I dropped something. What did I take off of here? Okay, I didn't hit the wrong thing. Okay, I'll figure it out as I go. You do an investigation and you take a guy and you put him over in the warehouse. And for 2 months, you don't tell him why he's there. You don't tell him why you're investigating. But you're investigating for 2 months. You set him over there before you told him anything. Now, studying law, I took investigative classes. That's very, very strange. But it's not strange coming from the Houston Independent School District, because that's how they do it. So in 2 months, let me tell you what you did. You went and cooked up the scheme. Now, those that are watching from HISD that did this, maybe I know more than you think I know. But you went and you cooked up the scheme. Oh, I know what that was. Okay, hold on a second, guys. I gotta go back in here. Hold on a second. Okay, so you had to cook the scheme up. You had to cook the scheme up. Now, you notice there was an investigation, and I'm very, very confused. Never once did Michael McDonald say they talked to him about the things that were going on, except for the things that were correctable. So normally, with the principal, if it's correctable, you either give them a write-up or you move on. You didn't remove Michael McDonald because anything had been done wrong. You removed Michael McDonald because he did not like the strategic plan. And the little dude over there called Millard House doesn't like anybody that goes against him. But more importantly, Rick Cruz, you want to run everything, don't you, homie? Rick, won't you tell us what you had to do with this? Rick Cruz, tell the truth, man. You wanted Michael McDonald gone. Y'all wanted to punish Bellaire. You wanted to punish Bellaire, but you needed Michael McDonald gone. And before you could take him out, you ended up seeing him retire. How do you take out a principal from one of the top high schools in the country on some shit that you can slap him on the wrist on? When you got some principals at some of these schools that don't know what the hell they doing, they caught up in all kinds of foolishness. Kids are getting shot because of the decisions that they make. Yet you don't pull them out those schools. Do you have a vendetta against Bellaire and the schools that are in Bellaire? You don't do that. Come on, man. It's so much going on right now, bro. It's unreal with these principals. It's money missing, people screwing people, everybody know it, but you don't take them out. And Bernard Lane say God has caught up with HISD. Trust me, it's because of things like this that God is sick of HISD. But I know for a fact that you removed Michael McDonald because he didn't like the strategic plan. And anybody that pushed back on Millard House's plan, you pushed back on them. That's what you did. And you know it just like I know it. So now you have the school unstable. Are they out to destroy Bellaire? I say yes. So what's next on the agenda? The baseball coach, Nick Ozuna. Well, why Nick Ozuna? Well, in our neck of the woods, you could hurt us by taking out cosmetology from our school. Wood shop, metal shop. You hurt us in our communities by taking out the technical courses. How do you hurt Bellaire? You go after a program in their school, which is the highest performing program, which is the baseball team. So now you go after Nick Ozuna. There was a baseball game where against Westbury, where, you know, people, it almost ended up in a brawl because people were saying that the Bellaire kids were making mucking noises against the black pitcher. And the black pitcher was so bad they had to take him off the mound. Is that true? Well, in high school baseball, you get 110 ball pitch count. Is it not true that he was at 107? And I think in the third inning, because they were getting rocked, like 18, 19, whatever the score was, to nothing or something like that. Is it not true that the umpires have to turn in reports after the game? And on the reports, there was nothing on the report that was derogatory towards Bellaire. They didn't mention anything about monkey noises. They didn't have to reprimand anybody. Nothing was on the reports. Well, Nick Ozuna had no control over the umpires. But those reports are sent in religiously. Even football, baseball, they send those reports in. Referees, umpires, nothing on the reports. Is it not true that, you know, you did an investigation and you said that children were refusing to play? And is that true? No, that's not true. Is it not true that in your report you said that Nick Ozuna, the head baseball coach of Bellaire, did nothing to the kid that was making the noises? That's not true, because Nick Ozuna disciplined the kid the next day. Yes. But in your report that you're going to have to present in a level 3 hearing, you said Nick did nothing. Well, the big issue was the monkey noises. That's what I need. Hold on a second. Okay, we're shifting something around. Now, the big issue was the monkey noises because black people were offended. And they have to, you know, we have a right to hold on a second. Hold on. Black people have a right to be offended when this type of stuff goes on. Yeah, you know, I watched a little Bellaire baseball, and I wanted to know, what does monkey noises sound like? So I went and did some research. Let me share a screen with you. I wanted to know what monkey noises sounded like. So we're going to open this up. All right. Now, that is monkey noises. So I'm like, okay, if they was making them noises, they need to do something, and they need to do it like right now. but I came across something. I want to share a screen with you. Hold on a second. I want to share a screen with you. Let me see if I can get it up. Oh, it won't come up. Entire screen, window. Okay. Let's share. No, I don't need that. I need this screen. Damn. Okay, let's go here. Let's share this. Okay, let me see. Okay. Now, you just heard the monkey noises, right? Hold on, let me see if I can, because this thing is really, it's finna give me some headaches. Hold on a second, y'all. I gotta make sure we gotta, because it's working me. Hold on. Now you heard the monkey noises. Am I correct? You heard the monkey noises. This, what you see on your screen, is a Bellaire baseball game. And inside of this game, you're going to hear the same noises that was made against the Westbury team, with the black pitcher. The difference is this is Bellaire High School playing a white baseball team. Let's see what these noises sound like. Hopefully you can hear, because it is, I'm doing this a little differently. Okay, let's see. All right, could y'all hear that? I need to make sure that you could hear that. All right. This is, could y'all hear that? I need to make sure. Let me double check so that y'all could hear that. Could y'all hear that on the screen when I played it? Because I'm using a different program right now. So I don't know if you heard it or not. Let's make sure that you could hear this. Okay. Something went wrong. I want to make sure that you could hear that. Could you hear those noises? Okay. So you could hear those noises. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop the screen and I'm going to go back to another screen and I'm going in here again and I'm going to share this. This is monkey noises. I don't know why they made a 10-hour video. Stephanie Stone, I don't know. Okay, so people saying they heard the Bellaire clip. Hold on a second, y'all. I got to make a phone call. Do those noises sound similar in any facet of the game? Do those noises sound similar to any facet in the game? Something ain't right. It's a dead cat on the line around here. It's a dead cat on the line around here. It is a dead cat on the line around here. So my thing is, and I'm waiting on something. Y'all bear with me because I got to give it to you straight. Hold on. I want y'all feedback so far. Now, this man, been removed because of this. Well, that's what. Hold on. Now, Curtis Chavez makes a good point. Anytime that someone had tried to tease me with monkey noises, they would just go, who? You know how monkeys do. Who, whatever. Those Bellaire noises are not monkey calls, or not a monkey call. Y'all bear with me because I'm just getting started. I'm just getting started. Hold on a second. I'm just getting started. So the question now becomes, what type of noises is this? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here. Bear with me for a second. And now I'm waiting on something. So these noises, okay, here we go. Hold on, I'm waiting on something. Hold on. I'm waiting on something. So the noises don't sound similar, but I'm going to shock you in a second. Hold on, because I got to do this. All right. So now we're going to go here. We're going here. And we're going to send this over. Hold on, man. My phone acting crazy. Hold on. We're going to send this over to here. Discord. Let's see. Okay. We're going to have to do it a different way. So, because it won't let me load it up. All right. I'm going to play this from my phone. Hold on. I'm going to play this from my phone. I'm going to turn my volume up as high as I can get it. I want you to tell me if this is monkey noises. Did you hear monkey noises? Or did you hear bird noises? Or did you hear turkey noises? Or whatever noises you heard? That's the question. So if these are the same noises that are being made, and let's go back. What you just heard was from Bellaire Baseball. What you just heard is from Bellaire Baseball. And you did not hear no monkey noises. So I want to go back and I want to make sure that we understand. So there's no monkey noises. So why was Nick Ozuna actually taken out of this school? We're running on 15 months of investigations. 15 months of investigations. Well, I tell you what, I came across. Hold on, because I got to make sure I got it. Hold on a second. Okay, let me go up in here. Let me download this. And Hold on a second. Okay, so we got it there. I'm finna share screen with you. Let me see if it came up. Okay. It didn't come up. Hold on a second. I gotta get it on the screen. Let me see how I can do this again. How did I do this? Because I'm using a different program. Play in mini view. Okay, I can't get it up for some strange reason. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, how did I do that? There we go. So we're gonna share screen. Oh, what you got, Mr. Monroe? What I have right here is called an HISD interviewer. Don't ask me no questions and I won't tell you no lies. This is the interviewer interviewing somebody in regards to what happened. I want you to pay special attention to what the interviewer is saying. Can you do that for me? I want you to pay very special attention to what this interviewer is saying. All right, here we go. Here we go. Everybody in Bellaire, I need you to listen. Everybody in HISD, I'm going to show you how dirty these people is.
It has to go to our lawyers because this is actually a multifaceted case. It is not just for the kids. It's more like for our personnel. We're trying to do some changes to this campus. So it'll be done very soon on this end where you'll see a lot of changes on the campus. But
hold on, I'm going to stop it right there. Could y'all hear that? Or do I need to play it again? The interviewer is saying to whoever they're interviewing that it's a multifaceted investigation and that they're going to be making a lot of changes on the campus personnel-wise. I need, you know, when I smoke them cigarettes, I'm about to, you know. You're in the middle of an investigation, supposedly. So how could an interviewer say that we're going to make some changes personnel-wise? Hold on a second. Nick Ozona's still sitting in a warehouse right now, 15 months later. So how could you know that changes were going to be made on this campus and the investigation wasn't even over? And if I'm correct, you were still investigating the principal. You were investigating Nick Ozuna. But hold on, man, because I'm really, really confused. I want to go back.
It has to go to our lawyers because this is actually a multifaceted case. It is not just for the kids. It's more like for our personnel. We're trying to do some changes to this campus. So it'll be done very soon on this end where you'll see a lot of changes on the campus. But for a closure recommendation, it won't be done as quickly. You know, right now we're kind of like in between a principal at this campus right now. So there's not going to be any disciplinary issues come from the AP and the principal, and then right now our SSO is the one who's handling this.
Hold on. I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer, but
very soon on this end where you'll see a lot of changes on the campus.
But you just said that you were in the middle of an investigation and the changes would be very soon on this campus. You said you were basically, McDonald was being investigated, the principal, and Nick was taken out, but you already got the changes being made. You don't even want me to tell you about this lame excuse for an investigative report that was leaked. It was leaked on purpose. How do you know the verdict of a case that's still being litigated? Because you knew who you wanted out of that school. I'm going to do it for you one more time, because 5 stars on the job right now. Here you go.
It has to go to our lawyers because this is actually a multifaceted case. It is not just for the kids, it's more like for our personnel. We're trying to do some changes to this campus. So it'll be done very soon on this end, where you'll see a lot of changes on the campus. But for a closure recommendation, it won't be done. It won't be done you know, right now we're kind of like in between a principal at this campus right now. So there's not going to be any disciplinary issues come from the AP and the principal, and then right now our SSO is the one who is handling this.
According to Kevin Smith Sr., the plot had to be predetermined for someone else to know the verdict of the investigation. Curtis Chavez said, "You got that right." And Curtis said they did the deal. Mind is already made up, according to Kamisha Williams. But this was at the beginning. McDonald's out. This is at the beginning with Nick Ozuna. But Nick Ozuna, 15 months later, is still there. You're still investigating right now. My question to you is, how long do you think that we're going to sit by and watch you get rid of high-quality principals and high-quality educators, one of the best, if not the best baseball coach in the state of Texas, behind some BS? Come on, bruh. I ain't that. I was born, but I wasn't born yesterday. I wasn't born yesterday. This was nothing but a plot to destroy Bellaire High School. So there had to be something else that triggered them. If you guys keep up with me, you remember during that year that Bellaire wanted to use a board policy to basically separate from HISD. Well, they voted on it and it didn't go through. But the damage was already done because the Bellaire community was at a point where it's like, it's time for us to get up out of HISD. We can run our own stuff. They have more than enough kids in their community to keep their schools full. With all the transfers that HISD has forced on these people, I went to a community meeting one night, and the Bellaire community did not have a problem not getting all these transfers in. That was when they was trying to figure out how big the school would be. They said, we only want a school for about 3,000 kids, and you want to build a school for 3,500 to 3,700 kids. They even went as far as saying, if you got like 500 kids over what we want, just leave our school at 3,000 and Bellaire will pay you to keep the transfers at their home campuses. They wanted Bellaire out because McDonald, not that they wanted Bellaire out. They wanted to cripple Bellaire because Bellaire principal pushed back on the strategic plan. Nick Ozuna became collateral damage. I'm telling you what I know. And the investigator just gave it all up by saying that they already knew what changes they were going to make. Oh, I know some more HISD. I know a whole lot more that I cannot discuss tonight. Well, Mr. Monroe, where you get that tape from? Ask your mama. I ain't telling you nothing. Just know that I know. So now, what's going to happen? Nick Ozuna will have his day in front of the board of trustees. And I expect them to listen very, very good. When that day comes, I will be sitting in the boardroom in support of Nick Ozuna. What you're doing to this man is unconscionable. What you're doing to his reputation, you can never fix. But how did your investigator know that they were going to make these changes and they were going to be really fast? And on top of that, when you remove Nick Ozuna, you didn't have a problem with him going to another school. You just say he can't coach baseball. Well, if he did something so egregious, why would you even want him around kids? Ain't no damn monkey noises. But at the same time, Nick handled it like it was monkey noises. The kid was suspended, and it was what it was. But now I feel bad that the kid even got suspended. I feel horrible that Nick Ozuna has had to go through this for 15 months. And a school district, you ain't got to tell the public nothing. You have confidentiality agreements in place for your employees. But I'd be damned if you don't need to tell the employees what the hell is really going on. You didn't tell Michael McDonald nothing. You told him just as much as you told the community. And what you're doing to Nick Ozuna, that's why you're getting your karma now from TEA. This the type of stuff y'all been doing forever. I'm going to fight until there's no fight left in me for Nick Ozuna, because I just gave you the plot. I just gave you the plot, man. Hold on a second. Let's go back in here one last time. Did HISD know what they were going to do to Michael McDonough and Nick Ozuna before those investigations were complete? I say, hell yeah.
It has to go to our lawyers because this is actually a multifaceted case. It is not just for the kids. It's more like for our personnel. We're trying to do some changes to this campus. So it'll be done very soon on this end. We're going to see a lot of changes on the campus, but for a closure recommendation, it won't be done as quickly. Right now we're kind of like in between a principal at this campus right now.
She just admitted to you that you're in between a principal, so Michael McDonough was still under investigation. So how can you say there are going to be changes to the personnel on the campus unless you done already cooked it up before they even finished the investigation? Why did you use an outside investigative firm? Why didn't you use HR like you normally do? Tarnis Hilliard, she couldn't earn her money on this one. The whole thing is a cooked up lie. That's what it is. It's a cooked up lie. And it ain't gonna work. It's not going to work. Trust me. This shit finna get interesting. It's about to get interesting. And that's why, Millard House, you have sat there and you have allowed this to go on. That's why you can pack your shit and you can get up out of here and take all your little cronies with you that's been doing this to our people. So you attack, and this is what y'all like to use, so I'm going to use it on you. You attack one of the best principals in the country, the best baseball coach in the country, who happens to be a people of color, a person of color, for your own reasons that don't even add up. HISD, you're nothing more than a band of liars. And that's why all of y'all are going to be expelled from the Houston Independent School District. I think I've proven my point tonight. I've had an opportunity to meet Nick Ozuna and sit down with him. And the perception of the monkey noises was still in my head the day I sat down with him. But when I finished talking to him, this man is not a racist. This man is not a racist. His school loves him. His kids love him, that he coaches. He sent tons of kids to school on scholarships. You see what I'm saying? And this is how you do them. You do Michael McDonald dirty after 30 years. The longest tenured principal in HISD, and you throw him away because you want some young, dumb suckers running these schools into the ground. Well, guess what? When they unleash me, I got more. Think about it, HISD. It's out your hands. It's in the board of trustees' hands now. Time to shit to get off the pot. Nick, God says you're not going anywhere. Because the truth is what it is. And when they tell me what they need to tell me, then I'll unleash more of the truth. It's coming. It is coming. And there's nothing that HISD can do about it. You ain't nothing more than a band of crooks. It's the war zone. And I'm the 5-star general.